What's up, everybody? How are you? Right now, I'm listening to Blue and Green, a piece from Miles Davis's album, Kind of Blue. Supposedly, it was written by Bill Evans, but who knows? So, I've been trying to make a video every weekend, a long form video every weekend, and last week I tried a PowerPoint, and that was nice, but funny enough, the version where it was just me talking got less views but more likes. So, something about the game. I had originally planned for the artwork to be done by a lot of different artists, and it's slowly morphing into something else. It's morphing into a way for me to get out into the world and physically rather than virtually, and a way of discovering that originally what the plan was doesn't fit into what many artists are really looking for. I mean, they don't want to participate in something like this. Maybe illustrators do. An illustrator for games most certainly would. But it was naive for me to think that artists would want to participate. And not that that is wrong. It's not their field. It's not really what they're going for. So I'm transitioning now because it's still a way for social connection, especially for me. So now it's becoming more about building a story through color and the game, using the assets. And so the plan at this point is that I'm going to get some things together, hiking equipment, and I'm going to do what I was doing in Long Island. If you don't know, I was living in the basement of a Domino's while working there. And I'm going to do my best to do that to the nth degree at a larger scale, where I'm going to create a path first to New York City, because I'm pretty close. I live in New York. Couch surf to New York City, couch surf around New York City, staying on the couches of various people and getting them to color in the UV layout that we have built, that we're building. Record this so that everybody can watch the journey of meeting people and becoming social and showing off what this game could be. You know, the whole game is made off of printer paper, and these UV layouts will be printed out so that people can color them in. I'll carry coloring material around. Something that I wanted to do years ago, has to be 4 or 5 years ago at this point, is I always, I had a friend growing up who I don't think he lived in an orphanage. I don't think there are any orphanages around my area. But I know that he was in some foster care. And eventually his aunt and uncle adopted him, which was always kind of a funny a funny discussions that we had. But not necessarily that is the reason why, but some sort of just, I don't know how to give back to people. I don't know what giving back means. I feel so selfish all the time. I'm trying to do this thing, I'm just feeding the machine. I don't want to feed the machine. And I'd like to get out of this place and have an adventure and meet people, but also have the game be positive in a way that's not just, I don't know, growth hacking, which always seems to be what make this game this way, hope it works out. Ugh. Follow the data. I don't want to follow the data. So it would be nice if, while I was stopping off and staying on couches, I was also able to organize events with these. Could even be schools, but schools, orphanages, and somehow interact with kids. So it's not only that I'm staying on couches and interacting with adults and having them color in the images, but it's also having kids color in this coloring page, sort of like a one-page coloring book. And maybe along the way, I can stop in at some galleries or find people online that are more traditional artists who want to participate. I don't know how much of this I'll be able to accomplish, but it's a goal. And as I get closer to getting the texture maps, UV layouts for the playable assets, I'm planning it, and I have this list together of the things I need, and I have most of them, and I have to see what I need to buy and what I'm not going to buy. So in the coming weeks, let's say 4 weeks, about a month, could be less, I'll have everything packed up, and I'll start walking. And if I make it to New York City and I'm moving around there and everything seems good and I'm capable of doing this thing, I'm going to try and move down south, couch surfing. Meeting people, having them participate in the game, meeting kids at these various institutions and trying to have them in group efforts participate in the game while building the game at the same time. And working towards building something that is not only an interesting game to play, but also a communal story. So we'll see how it goes. Next week, when I upload another video, we'll talk further about how close we are to having everything done. Things that I need: sleeping bag, tent, portable charger, water, canister, nicer walking shoes. I have shoes here, but they're very cheap and they're cloth on the top, which is not great for winter or the cold. I have most of the things. Some of the art supplies I'll need. I think it'll be fun. It'll be really interesting. And if it all blows up in my face, I'm not too far away. I guess I can just say I'm a quitter and come back. But I don't really know what the point of doing that is. What will it accomplish at that if it fails and blows up in my face? I'll be back at square one, and I don't think there's any going back at this point. There's only moving forward. time is marching on, and I can't sit around here, and I've got very close to being far enough where I can go out and make these connections with people. So going out is really to me, the logical next step here. Okay, guys. I like doing these scriptless videos and just talking and telling you what's up. And let me know what you think. If you prefer those PowerPoint slides or these. Anyway, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.